We've got a whole host of inspirational speakers here, and none of them is more inspiring than our next speaker. She is a fantastic grassroots anti-fracking campaigner. Everybody welcome Tina Louise.
Yay! Okay, Tina Louise Rothery, GreenParty candidate for Tatton this evening.
Hi there. What a day. I mean, how kind of George Osborne. How kind could that man be to be leaked out today of all days? Sometimes in the anti-fracking movement, we find that the politicians do our work for us simply by behaving in the corrupted way that they behave. We've slogged away for 4 years now, ever since that first earthquake where we live in Blackpool in April 2011. Since then, the public started waking up, and we were very few back then. 3 groups across the country, now 300 across the country, 30 of those in Lancashire alone. When we set off from Blackpool this morning, my sister Bob and I, we set off as we've done so many times in the last 4 years, with that hope in our hearts that we could finally make the truth come out and help wake up more people. But today it was different. Today we already felt like we were being carried on others. And when we came today, we didn't come just as ourselves. I want to thank more than anyone in this, well, there's so many to thank, but I wanted to say an acknowledgement to the protectors at the camps. We had 14 camps at least. We started in Bolcombe. We started in... That's vibrating up through my feet. That's really weird. Kind of fun. We started in Bolcombe in the summer, and it was beautiful, and I kind of think we might have hoped that all camps would be like that until Barton Moss, when we were mowed down on the wintry moss, and that was an entirely different experience. And all the camps, the police have treated us brutally as if we're criminals. The other day I walked into our council offices to hear the presentations from our residents to the council, and we were herded like cattle and treated like criminals. All the way through this has been apparent that you can be a citizen of the United Kingdom, but if you do not agree with your government line, you are suddenly a criminal. You are suddenly someone to be feared, someone who brings terror. All we did last year that made them scared was 27 grandmas took a field. We took a field because we needed to let the neighbours in that area know this is the field. This is how close you live to that. And they were going to let it go through. Nearby is a residential area where there are elderly retired people, many of whom are unwell. They had no idea until we took that field. I'm personally being done for £63,000 in costs by the farmer whose field we took when we left it in a beautiful condition. It's now been torn apart by United Utilities in advance of even knowing if they've got planning permission. This is how presumptuous they are. So from Bolcombe we went to Barton Moss, West Newton, Crawberry Hill, Danehill, Davy Hume, Belcoo, Ellesmere Port, Boris, Huddleston, Horse Hill, and of course Blackpool. All of these places were stirred to move and stand and protect their communities, because unlike the government, we actually went and looked at more than just the executive summary on this. It was more than jobs and cheap gas and all the energy security they told us about. Vivienne Westwood, who's speaking later, I was on a Talk Fracking tour with her, and one of the things she said was, how secure do you feel? So what, we give our gas into the hands of iGas and Quadrilla? Do you feel more secure as a result of that? I don't. No one could. We already established the prices will not come down. Lord Brown, head of Quadrilla, also the guy who appoints people to roles in the Department of Energy and Climate Change, has even said, no, it won't bring down prices. We're on a European gas market. It won't happen. Jobs? What jobs? They're short-term jobs. They won't come online for 15 to 20 years. It won't keep the lights on because they weren't going off. We often export more than we import. All of this is myth and mirrors. And on top of everything else, if you were mad about fracking, and that's what got you active, fantastic, thank you fracking. Because what happened when you peeled back that first layer to find out why your government would dare to present this dangerous industry to us and our children, then you find out how much they lie, how many reports they paid for, how many secret meetings with our councils to pressure them. And then you ask, if that with fracking what other subjects do we need to delve more deeply into? And where the hell is democracy? So rock on Occupy Democracy. I think it's something we should all do. And for everybody who came all the way here today, thank you so much. And from Blackpool, can I say that whatever happens today, probably, although we're all affected, matters most to us this week. Because on Wednesday, our council will decide, do we frack or don't we? And they first have to decide if they accept Quadrilla's request for a delay. So today, if we get a no fracking or even a moratorium, 2.5 years off from saying the word goddamn fracking, the joy that we'll sing out from Lancashire. If we don't, we need everyone who can spare their bodies to come to Lancashire on Wednesday. We have a huge protest happening in Preston. We'll be outside Lancashire County Council, and we need everybody we got. Okay, thank you.
Hey guys, that's been Louise Rothery from Green Party candidate for Tatton. I'll be back shortly. This is OB Occupy News Network.
So
back
next up we
soon.
have...